New Japan's IWGP Heavyweight Championship has been called one of the most prestigious titles in professional wrestling. Since its beginning in 1987, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship has had 73 title reigns shared between 31 special wrestlers. Like Salamander stated in the Benoit story, Japanese wrestling was a different breed. They made American wrestling look like a ride at the amusement park. So to gain their most prestigious title, this means only one thing. It means you're tough as hell. I'm KB the Mark from WBPTV, and this is the greatest IWGP Heavyweight Champions. Without further ado, let's cue that intro. Number 10, Shinsuke Sasaki. The first wrestler to hold the IWGP Heavyweight Triple Crown GHC Heavyweight Championship, Sasaki was one of the most dominant wrestlers in New Japan in the mid-90s to mid-2000s. He held the belt 4 times with a combined reign of 647 days. He also holds the record for shortest reign as IWGP Heavyweight Champion, as his final reign was 16 days. This was during New Japan's Dark Ages. Number 9, Jay White. The first ever New Japan Grand Slam champion, although his reign as champion was short, his chase for the title and reign made a huge impact in New Japan in 2019. During his reign, we saw a heel championship run with people trying anything to beat New Japan's biggest villain. The success of the reign focused on the storytelling and the cockiness of the Switchblade. Number 8, Tatsumi Fujinami. The inventor of the Dragon Suplex, Dragon Sleeper, and Dragon Screw, Fujinami was a mainstay in New Japan. He was there from its beginning in 1972 until his departure in 2006. He was one of the first wrestlers to be successful in the junior heavyweight and heavyweight divisions. He held the belt for a then record of 6 times until Hiroshi Tanahashi beat the record in 2014. He's widely considered to be one of New Japan's best wrestlers. Number 7, Antonio Inoki. You have to mention the first ever champ, Antonio Inoki. Winning the title in 1987, Inoki will go on to hold this title for over 300 days, with defenses against several wrestlers from across the world such as Riki, Chosu, Crusher Bam Bam Bigelow, and Steve Williams, to name a few. Although he only held this title once, he's still one of the names associated with the title and will forever engrave his name in the history of the IWGP Championship. Number 6, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's journey to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship was one of the longest and most important stories in professional wrestling. After winning the title, Kenny ensured that he was a fighting champion. He took on all comers and had some standout matches against the likes of Tomohiro Ishii, Tanahashi, and the triple threat with Cody Rhodes and Kota Ibushi. At only 209 days, it seemed like the lead up was more impressive, but it was a pivotal moment in professional wrestling and marks Kenny as one of the best New Japan has ever seen. Number 5, Big Van Vader. The only legitimate rival to Kenny Omega's claim as the greatest foreign wrestler in New Japan, Vader terrorized opponents during the late 80s and the early 90s in Japan. Vader also became one of the few foreigners to defeat New Japan Pro Wrestling founder Antonio Inoki, and the outcome of the match resulted in a riot at the Sumo Hall. Vader holds many records in New Japan. He was the first foreigner to become the official IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and is the only foreigner to have won the title on 3 separate occasions. Not to mention he's the ultimate badass, as he competed an entire match with his eye out of its socket. Number 4, AJ Styles. There's no denying that AJ Styles made a massive impact on New Japan when he became a member of the Bullet Club in 2014. From the minute that he made his presence known, it was clear that he wanted to take the heavyweight title off champion Kazuchika Okada. In total, Styles had 2 successful title reigns spanning over 300 days. For many, it was his run in New Japan that helped to cement his status as one of the best wrestlers in the world. Number 3, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura is known for his reigns as IWGP Intercontinental Champion, but let's not forget about his IWGP Heavyweight Championship reign starting in 2004. During his New Japan career, he had 3 title runs and 9 successful defenses spanning over 390 days. Nakamura has some iconic matches infused with the like of Keiji Muto, Kurt Angle, and Yuji Nagata, to name a few. It was his reign with this title that helped cement Shinsuke Nakamura as the king of strong style and one of the best wrestlers New Japan has ever seen. Number 2, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Hiroshi Tanahashi is one of the most loved men in professional wrestling and one of the most successful in New Japan history, with a career spanning over 20 years. With feuds against the likes of Kazuchika Okada, Minoru Suzuki, and his nemesis Shinsuke Nakamura, Tanahashi brought a flair to the title with his athletic and charismatic ways. Each reign was different and brought out a new side of Tanahashi. No matter what anyone says, I can see many more title reigns in Tanahashi's future. He will always be remembered as one of the best in the world. Number 1, Kazuchika Okada. The one and only man that could defeat Tanahashi, it is no surprise that Kazuchika Okada is number 1. He holds the record for combined days as heavyweight champion at 1,790 days. Many call him the best wrestler in the world. Okada has just gone from strength to strength. With 5 different reigns over 8 years and 30 successful defenses, you cannot dispute his place on this list. Do you agree with our list? Who would you add? Let us know in the comments below. Once again, I'm KB the Mark, signing off. Until the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.